Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Oh my god, Ace Attorney. What I'm wondering is that it's Ace Attorney Trilogy, but we're playing chapters, I think, of the Ace Attorney 1. Do I understand it well? We're at episode 4. But I believe episode 4 of Ace Attorney 1, right? It says Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. That would mean we have still a lot to play. I'm wondering because there are other series on sale right now, but I don't really want to spend too much money, especially with Switch 2 coming up with all those games, you know. Right, we have to remind ourselves where we ended up last time. Now, she heard 2 gunshots, right? Wait, look at the card record. According to this, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. What? How's that possible? Where was the 3rd shot fired? I wonder. Maybe it was a practice shot or something. Maybe you should tell me why Mr. Edwards' prints were on the weapon, pal. Huh? How should I know? It was fired from the murder weapon without a doubt. From a meter away, it would have to have been from someone else on the boat. What do you make of this, Detective Gumshoe? Hey, making something of things is your job. Alright. It's when the lawyers have to do detectives' work for them. What's that, a pirate? The owner at the boat rental shop pilot. The pirates knew about that incident. That incident? The other 6. What? Polly! Have we forgotten something? Don't forget the L6. Huh? I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the L6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to the L6? You think he might be? Can go in anymore. Okay, nothing here. Alright, seems that we have to do something more with the Criminal Affairs Department. Or we have to present something more. I don't care who you are. No one can tell me that that's Mr. Edward. I mean, come on. Doesn't look like him at all. Edward has admitted he was on the boat. And he's the one being shot then. Seemed fine in court today. Details, Paul. Details. Whose side are you on anyway? What I'm saying is we have to respect the evidence. Robert Hammond. He was the defense attorney in the DL6 incident trial. He's the one who got the sole suspect of the hook. I wonder what Mr. Edgeworth thinks of him. Not much, I would wager. That woman really took us for a ride, didn't she? Saying she was a witness to a murder and all. Still, if it weren't for her photograph, Mr. Edgeworth wouldn't have made it today. Oh, that was Sphinx thing. Oh, really? You were at the trial, weren't you, detective? Look at that, it's my badge. I think it's a little early for you to be proudly waving that thing around. You can be proud of yourself when you get Mr. Edward declared innocent, pal. And since I showed you everything... No. Thank you, I'm sure this was really helpful. Really? You seem surprised. No, not at all. That will work out for you. What next? Yeah, I showed him everything. He doesn't have more to say. I guess we should talk with Larry more? No? Present him something? Maybe he does know about this pirate? Well, that's that. In this chapter I'm way more lost than in previous ones in terms of investigation. Completely don't understand what they want from me. I don't see anything here, to be honest. Is there something I didn't show him yet? Okay, I will go to the... Oh, records room. Okay, never mind. It's amazingly dusty. 10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DLC stuff quick. 15 years ago, both me and Edward were 9 years old. We were almost through with 4th grade when he suddenly transferred. So DLC. I think I found out where the file is. Oh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. New case locked. You must keep important case files in this. Special stuffed with case files in the back of the room too. Forgotten cases rotting away for eternity. Nick, let's get what we need and get out of here. What if that is getting to me? There are files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Oh, these are all case reports? Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. I guess my sister's case report is in here too, quietly gathering dust. Cabinets is where they keep evidence for current cases. Some of the things are reducing murder weapons, others are... Who knows what? Quite early for me to be yawning, but okay. Most of it just looks like random junk. What do you think this cloth spin is for? Don't touch it. Don't touch that, it's evidence. Okay, show me the... Start with the data. Got any data on the suspect in there? That was the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as a suspect in the receipt was Yan Yogi. There was a clerk in the card, apparently. And he must have been the third person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense lawyer, Robert Hammond. Hammond, the victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived. So much so he had brain damage. Okay, so Yogi is our old guy. With the parrot. Just all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? Maybe it was a healthy thing. We know who he was. He is the old guy. We have data on the victim, Edward's father. Hold on, victim here, find it. Gregory Edward, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he would be 50. He had lost that day's case in court and got into the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. Oh, it was the same pistol probably, wasn't it? The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Yeah, it's copy-paste of that case. It sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Did Edward actually did it? Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary, found it. Here you go. December 28, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So in 2 days the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district card house. What? Is this the same district card house where we're holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 PM on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Oh, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. Oh my god. Okay. So, for some reason, Miles had a gun in his hands. And because of the earthquake, he shot his father by incident. That's why he's scared of earthquakes from now on. Is that it? It would be scary like that in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were unconscious. The survivors? One of the three in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edwards' father. Wasn't it? Said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edwards was one of the other passengers in the elevator. I guess I know generally what happened in the DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edward. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much, we'll never get it out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? DL6 case file added to the court record. Right, that's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. Okay, we have the case now. (7:27 10 AM). Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edward. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently, the prosecution is also ready. The judge here anyway. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. It's just a dick. It's just a dick. Order, order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah, you must you question everything. It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. Call my witness. My decisive witness to the stand. Is that mysterious boat shop owner? Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant at the Wet Noodle on Gourmet. And I also am both. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep. Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second, we still haven't heard who this old guy is. It's an objection. Objection! Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Rack. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure, yep. What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he can't recall his own name. Can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear this testimony then, shall we? Witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant, where I ran both, as usual. I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question my witness's testimony. I go, no need for a cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Fuck you, dude. What are you saying? Of course I will cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see, well then. Let's just take our time. We may cross-examine the witness. It was the night of 24, just after midnight. Okay. I was in the restaurant where I ran both as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? I guess Polly could. That's still good enough for a court of law. Alright, why exactly does it not good enough? Your Honor, Polly is a pirate. Pirate? Don't be so hard on the girl, Katie boy. The prosecution considered we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. And I heard a bang. Ayup? And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Ayup? Good, continue. It's not tempting. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on a lake. Is there someone in the boat? It's pretty far out there, I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yep. You couldn't see them clearly. Yep, at the time that is. At the time. And I had another bang. I had 2 gunshots total. Yep. That's what Luta said in her testimony yesterday. It's about then the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fox was pretty damn thick. He was right there in front of me, I saw him. This is rather important detail, please add it to your testimony. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Dad. It's certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? That's him, that Edgeworth boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. Is no room for doubt. Time accurate me into cross-examining so he could set me up for the fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. Better quick or this trial is going to be over. Your Honor, you proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edward who fired that gun. So right. Are you referring to the fingerprints from Edward's right hand on the gun? The photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. But it's easily explainable. He could have wiped his print after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness testimony is true. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edward said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If you are telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Well, you have yet to realize that if you say this testimony is a lie, show us proof. Do you have evidence? No good, there's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, Sid, please? We need your help, Nick needs you. Real news was perhaps to hide an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be in your record. And now, the witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. Have to restart, right? Accused will surrender to the court immediately and to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait. Who was that just now? Me. Huh? Huh? Larry! Okay. Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I did too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for a giant. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. Let's say you heard a gunshot. Yeah, I did, a gunshot that night. I was sitting here, in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something instead was different from what I remembered. Anyhow, I can just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify, let me justify. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. You've already given your decision. Trial is over. Nick, this is it. Let's give us one final chance at this. Right, if only it wasn't firing. It would make things even worse. Edward will just declare guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right, okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilt. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. Let's go, Judge. The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we'll hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. That was too close. So I have to keep you on the edge, Edgeworth. Skill-wise. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. I was at the lake that night. Yeah. Detective went looking for the still somewhere balloon that flew into the lake. Oh right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. You said something right. Yeah, a lot of things. You seen out of it, what's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edward, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? When she fell into the lake, I went into the daze. Couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. And I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason to. Why? So stupid. See? Right. Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? But crime has only ever run perfect trials. Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. Okay, my throat isn't cooperating today, so I will just read it normally. That's the secret to his success. It's the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's like his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. It's Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Well, Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edward is right about this being our big break. Okay, Larry. That night I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and there I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Doesn't make sense. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? Larry, I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far, there's no way to go but forward, Nick. too cautious where I press. That night I was out in a boat on the lake. I will press this one. Something wrong is alright. There are so many things wrong that I don't know where to begin. Well, okay, first of all, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. At that time, everyone had gone home for the night. I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something and I found it. Looking for something. I'll press him on everything, anyway. Yeah. But what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. It's like he was hunting for this garden. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. It's all irrelevant, let's get it over with. I quietly lift the boat back in on the rental shop dock. And what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around midnight, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human Sandero, okay? People use watches these days, Just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. Where did the sun come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. I did not ask about that. But after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. You only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Okay. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Whatever. Not sister. Okay, I'll try. Isn't there a boat on the lake? Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat or not. Okay, no problem. It was just the most important part of this case. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was 15 after midnight. We heard it about around the midnight. Empty lake, You had a single gunshot, though. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only had one bang? You sure? That's what I said. At least Lotta Hyde testified yesterday that she had 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Were you even listening? Were you paying attention to all to what they said? Johnny, please. Huh? No, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. They got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Pat. What? You only had 1 gunshot? Are you sure? To tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude. With my headphones. That's actually interesting. But rather than stop that booing. Wait, so... Was he listening also when he had the first shot? If so, was the amplitude of the sound different? Was the actual shot loud? And what he missed not loud? Or the other way around? Mr. Bat, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what, that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Devon Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, we continue the testimony. Continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing's more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butt. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, what's the big problem? Can anyone listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. Fair enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ. An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard that sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I would like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this trial. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. I will not ask you about that. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? It's okay. I was listening to it real booming loud, like. How loud? Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. And you had headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard the gunshot. Can you prove that? Oh no, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. I remember the moment real clear. I mean, I was talking about it. It came back to occur to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. What was he saying? What did she say? It's alright, this case pointless, these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said to us? In it, Mr. Von Kaiman has a point. I will allow the question only if you see the reason why we should care. We should care. We should care or not? Well, of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if you don't ask? Very well. Please testify to the card. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. After midnight? That was empty lake. Right before midnight. Lotta heard 2 gunshots just after midnight. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter with the ride? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes, but that contradicts the 2 testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shot. In other words, when they heard the gunshot, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order. What does this mean? 2 prior witnesses had heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. But the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Blood's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? That's right. I is not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard the gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim? Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. It was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotte Hyde, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24, 11:50. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 PM. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Holy shit. Why would it be? Don't be fooled, Judge. The camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yeah. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. My nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the current evidence if you have any. Fired 3 times. The best I have. My evidence. The murder weapon? Let me go about this pistol was bothering me earlier. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now I have realized the truth. The first shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order. That will make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 50 minutes after midnight. Why? I better think of something quick. Wait a second. I'm just separated by 25 minutes. Should I know? What's wrong, Nick? I have it. I don't. Remember the case with the steel samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. So alibi that they weren't there? Are we talking about Lotta? What do you mean? Ah yeah, yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edward's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe, we've already gotten a guilty verdict. Have nothing to lose. Just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? You finally realized the truth. Can we know the murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself? Wrong, Kaima. The man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edward who did the shooting. Listen, Rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edward and the victim Robert Hammond were on the boat. There was a gunshot fired on the boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. Okay, so the kill happened when Larry heard it. What were the next two shots? What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0015. So did she tamper with the photographs? That's what they want me to say? But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. It's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. If Hammond died, then it must be Edward and the murderer. Did Edward kill the murderer of Hammond? Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edward wants to tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night Robert Hammond called Edward to the lake. Now, Edward didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. But he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... Lotta Hyde? No. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50 he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Okay. Was that that he lost his memory all big fat lie? And he's actually conscious and perfectly fine? He's like fucking around? That's how they defended him? The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on the boat. What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Tell the judge where the murder really took place. Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. We have proved that the boat shop was the scene of the crime. Recall Laurie's testimony, if you will. night he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's starting to head home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very close by. Okay, makes sense. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gold Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out, you know? Just fracking improvisation. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond. I almost read Robert Lewandowski just because, I don't know. The caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Oh shit. This was around 11:50. It was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat and became Robert Hammond. Then he got into the boat with Edward and went out into the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shot caretaker. Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edward on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? How would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Takes details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us, why the murderer had to fire twice? To create a weakness. I believe you should twice to create a weakness, Your Honor. Create a weakness. The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hyde did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. See, someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. Did know. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body and threw the body into the lake. This is what will happen, Your Honor. Okay, first of all, where's blood? In the boat shop. I didn't see blood. If he shot this guy, okay, maybe he cleaned it very perfectly. They should go with the, you know, I don't remember how you call it, but this special light, ultraviolet light that shows if there was blood, you know? We should check it, that's the first thing. The other thing, we have to somehow make everyone believe that this old fucking guy can swim fast through, is capable of killing, and is smart and has good eyesight and knows everything. You know? These are the events that transpired that night on Gold Lake. Bailiff. Bring out the witness from before. The bullshit caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edward, 2 questions. Mr. Edward, please take the stand. Finally, I wanted to hear him. Mr. Edward, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop. By the lake on midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. He ran, of course. Because in 2 fucking days, this old case will be forgotten. If they get him now, they will have trouble. What I'm wondering is that, was Hammond stupid? Because Hammond wanted Miles to come there, but there was this guy, he was the killer, right? So even if Hammond had a change of heart, wanting Miles to know that this guy is the killer, it was quite stupid to know Miles actually there on the lake. So what should I do? I mean, quickly, we cannot allow him to get away. Please. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict on this under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat-shot caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned. Well, shit. Okay, Nick, you did it. Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony, still he didn't save us. Just with our cases, went so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's up on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edward. Oh, Mr. Edward? Did you say something? What is it, Paint? I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. We try to smile just a little, relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right, it's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edward, now there's so little time left. I want to tell you, get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edward? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. Okay, you killed your father. Crime you committed? A memory of a murder. It's getting good. December 27th. What was Mr. Edward talking about? Do you really think Mr. Edward killed? I don't believe it, not Edward. The painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he had never taken someone's life. Never. Nick, yo, how's everyone doing? I just think on my performance today. I had them swooning in the aisles. Oh yeah? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a bit first too. I think you can do better than that, come on. I said Edward thing there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me, yeah? Bow before your hero. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edward so much? I think his changed recently too. When I first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yeah, great school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and they'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey Larry, what is he talking about? Sorry, I kinda forgot. Okay, out of it. I'm going to hear this story today and it's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. Class trial? I really helped, yes. Seriously. We should take a guys with suspicious edgy ain't off the hook yet. Edgy. Seems pretty edgy. I'm going to believe in you too, until the end. Us too. Edward and who else? You mean... He means me. Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Half with the silent treatment. Jeez. It's not a good music for that now. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it. Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? The next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Give the money back, you're such a meanie. Just admit. Tralala. Okay. What the fuck? Chill the fuck down. How things? You know you shouldn't steal people's fun, that's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I had done it. Go over and apologize to me. Didn't know what was happening. So sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I had done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. You shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why your honor, this boy is innocent. Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Hey, if you did it, he's the one. Why don't you all just shut up? It's always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best friends. Wow, I had no idea. That's cute. A cute little story. But who stole the money? I need to know. I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I had been there, they would have thought I had done it. But I took it kind of personally, see? You did it, didn't you, Larry? When something smells, it's usually the bad. Anyway, Edward and I talked after that last trial. That's when I heard his father was the defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father, a famous defense attorney. And a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The 6 incident, yeah. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. It was sad. It was several years later when I heard Edward's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Back suspicions of the attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he would do anything to get the guilty verdict. Anything. Why? What happened? I mean, that's not the AJ I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. But you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Yeah, so Phoenix is Tsundere. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he would have to meet me, whether he wanted to or not, in court. Edward believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edward, and the only one who can help me. Oh, Nick, so is that why you helped me out of for free? Yeah. I help you because I believe in you. But I don't remember saying I'll do it for free. Oh, Nick. I have to save Edgeworth. He's the last thing we do, okay? Because there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I would settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Yeah, let's go. What did you clean up? Log. Yes, we have the photograph file of DL6. Holly will be the vital finishing evidence. Noise detector. Metal detector. Pistol with the bullet. The map. Misty Pay. Still the lake photo and Robert autopsy report. Okay. December 27. Look as grim as always. Mr. Edward, I heard the story about the gas trail. Trail, what do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade. Lunch money? Oh, alright. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Edward, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you would do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple to a fault even. Well, maybe yeah. You changed too much, Edward. Perhaps. Lame. Why prosecute? Why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yeah, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. Had to be the shooter. Any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. So it's not you who killed? But we were on your island. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. We lost all memory of the murder. What's he remembering? Oh, he doesn't remember what he might have killed. But if he was the one who killed, then why the other guy is doing the shenanigans? That wouldn't make sense. Even now I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. Claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence innocent. That's when I changed my mind. Decided to hate defense attorneys. Of true relationship with Von Karma. My teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of cartoon techniques from him. It's like my sister was too unique. He's a perfectionist in all things. In fact, in his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent ever. But that's... I don't know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All one crime does is his job. Find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's not well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. Right now, now's not no time to praise the enemy, Edward. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I will admit. No kidding. Okay, this time it's more reading heavy. Nick, no! That's the photo of his father, don't show him that. You're right, now probably isn't a good time to dredge up these memories. What is it? Nothing. Okay. It was the case that changed my life. And tomorrow, December 28th, its statute of limitation runs out. Tomorrow, could that be a coincidence? No. Even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. What are you showing the picture for? No reason. No, I was impressed by your deduction in the trail today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, you noticed. Is out again? Let's work anyway. I don't think there's anything worth checking. It looks like that Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. I'm sure he won't be coming back today. Oh, really? Said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The bullshit caretaker. So there's something about catching him, it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Good luck, man. Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, the dang Gumshoe. Just one today, yeah? I got so worked up I stabbed my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the bullshit caretaker? Okay, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial by time tomorrow. Come what may. My duty to you as police officer. I'm off to catch me a criminal. Lady Gumshoe sure is active today. One other thing. No one can go into the woods today. Woods? We're lot out camping. The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. That was a nice one. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Still Eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edward to show up for work. We all can leak. That old caretaker got away. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. I would know that clearing of the throat anywhere. So, hello there, Grasberg. Oh, hello. What might you be doing here? Up for a walk, Oh, the days of my off, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Grasberg, it's no time for idle reminiscing. Edward's trial ends tomorrow. And that is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edward should be fine, right? But I'm not so sure about that. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure. And if you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer some assistance. Thanks, bye. What do you think Mr. Grasberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Get him around for the kills, huh? Looks like it. Didn't seem like a bad person. There's some boat floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. No. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Need there's space for one more boat at the dock. We already know that's not the case. Forest behind the bushes. Sneak the forest, there's someone in there. You're right, there's a few policemen in there. They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. Okay, so we can't check. He left his parrot. Nobody's home. Hello, hello. It's Polly. I wonder where your owner has gone, Polly. Hello, hello. I can't believe he would run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for himself. Hello, hello. Wings called like he didn't turn his healer on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Fish bowl is expensive. Yeah, we should bring it to the Gumshoe. Maybe the caretaker will mind. Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we'd better not. What is there? Oh, never mind. But tell me. That's when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing... Oh my god. That's why I didn't want to tell you. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. What was the number to the safe? 1228. Let's open it, Nick. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Hey, he keeps it locked, right? There must be something of value in here. I'm not sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what is in here. I guess there might be a clue too. The only thing in here is a letter. Oh, boring. No name or signature. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Okay, so Hammond and Edward. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. Who put this letter to this guy? Actually, that's quite interesting. Maybe he put this letter to someone other. But it doesn't make sense. Like, he lost the consciousness, right? He lost his memory. They use that. They use that against him. He doesn't have his memory. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edward. Calling Edward out to the lake, getting on the boat, fighting twice. That's exactly what I figured out today in card. All here in perfect detail. And you could have just taken it. Fucking idiot. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know. It looks like these are instructions for the caretaker. And he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edward. Was following the instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edward? I don't know, okay? One thing for certain, this letter is an amazing clue. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. It doesn't look like he used his kitchen much. Right, I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What you thought he was telling the truth? Okay, Polly. Maybe I should take care of Polly. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. Hopefully they will do something. Well, okay, sorry Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Hey, don't you usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? I guess so. And pictures of the fish they caught, right? Don't all the fish on the wall here look really funny to you? You know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker. But we did see him. I feel we're having two different conversations here. Yeah. See this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat and that caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me. Who's that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty of something? But it's against two of them, so Hammond was also... Wait, maybe Hammond was trying to defend this guy? No, that still doesn't make sense. Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. If he was following his letter then? It means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. meaning myself on your way, Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance, wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DLC incident. Wait. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi. The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. But why would he take revenge on both of you now? That doesn't make sense. Yanni Yogi was a card bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Want to get out, hell, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in the hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and the Yogi was found innocent. They got into argument? But still, like, why killing Hammond who helped you? What the fuck? Isn't that strange? That I tasked him to get revenge on Edgeworth? Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right, yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not should I tell you. In the nightmare. Time reacted. Okay. Read that already. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. Kind of dream. It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet, we're not making this any easier. Okay, so... young Edward wanted to kill this guy to save oxygen for him and his father, but instead he killed his father because he overshot. Because of the earthquake. I want to get out, help, get us out. Don't shall you just use up more oxygen? I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I will stop you. What are you? Stop breathing my air. Father, he's attacking father, yeah, and you wanted to kill him. I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiff. In a daze I pick up the pistol. Get away from my father. And with that scream I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. He wanted to kill that guy because he was attacking his father. Then the earthquake came and he shot his father. Fuck. It's just a dream, right? That is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shout out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean? It was me. I was the true criminal of the L6, of my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is Nick, there is someone else. Yeah, Grossberg. Next man, I have to go to the Grossberg. It's Mr. Grossberg. Hello there, what's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding, I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what happened, It's Mr. Edward, I see. So Edward dreamed he shot his own father. Only a dream. I wonder. If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, So consider this, Yogi quite simply holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he would want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. So you imagine? Miles Edgeworth drew a pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deal was done. I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Because he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course. With the statute of limitations so close. That's stupid. That was his last chance. Edward was a kid, of course he wouldn't go to lie in prison for a crime he did by mistake when he was very, very young under these circumstances. Also, Yami was declared innocent and he lived his life, and if he didn't do anything, he would still live his life. So like, unless someone wanted to prove him guilty, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I'll do a short break because I need to get it easier on my throat for a bit. Alright, I was almost sleeping. That was a great break I took. Yeah, I will finish business here. Will not play long. What do you know about Edward's father? Was the defense attorney without peer? It sounds right, but it's true. But he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Remember me, pay. Sister. Gregory Edward was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. First testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. So, is Von Karma the one that sent the message to our old guy? Result, he has a perfect win recording card. To beat him, Gregory Edward tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edward was killed, the police called an spirit medium. It was your mother, Mr. Pay. I am Gregory Edward. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Jan Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was guilty. Yet now that I think about it, it is the one who lied was Gregory Edward's ghost. Gregory Edward must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edward's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter, that he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially, he was ruined. You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter? I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Could it be Manfred von Karma? Why would he do well, why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. It's Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time in court reports. What but that means? The one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was, correct, Manfred von Karma himself. What does it mean then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edward? Because the trial 15 years ago was not perfect. So, who was the persecutor then? Wait, I'm lost. Because father of Edward, Gregory, was a defense lawyer. And Hammond was the defense lawyer. Hammond won defense. We don't know who prosecutor was, but we also don't know. Wait, this doesn't make sense. It seems like Bob Hammond and Gregory Edgeworth were the defendants. I'm so lost here. Gregory Edgeworth also give the man his death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have come of von Kaima were he alive. Interesting. Okay, but at that point we'll save and finish it off for today. I don't have power.